Today we're going to be chilling out a little bit. We're going to be reading some SCP articles, both the ones that you guys suggest and a few that I personally wanted to check out. First of all, I wanted to check out the original article for one of my favorite SCPs. I've never really gotten the chance to look at it before, so I'd like to read through it and see what it's like. With that being said, let's go ahead and switch over. But first, I do want to just show one thing. I have a soundboard now. I might set it up so that you guys can play sounds on it at some point. I just haven't really done that yet. But anyway, let's go ahead and switch over. There we go. I really wanted that to be a cool transition, but nope. Anyway, yeah, this is one of my favorite anomalies, SCP-4494. I love this man. He is super goofy and fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The following file is affected by a Class 1 info hazard. The normal presentation end of this document has been altered through anomalous means. It is considered normal and is not cause for alarm. SCP-4494, Anomaly Class, Archon. Special Containment Procedures. Direct witnesses to SCP-4494 related activity are to be amnesticized as necessary. No actions are to be taken against SCP-4494 by Foundation personnel at this time. Description: SCP-4494 is the physical embodiment of the concept of fighting crime. SCP-4494 typically manifests at night, during law enforcement actions in which the relevant criminal element has an advantage. In order to render aid, it appears as a humanoid male of indeterminate age, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and long coat, and calls itself the Spectre! Once it has successfully aided the relevant party, it will demanifest, though it has been known to hold brief conversations with people present beforehand. SCP-4494 also possesses a number of minor physical anomalies. It absorbs a significant portion of light across the visible spectrum, causing it to appear almost entirely black. It is able to alter the length of its cloak at will, an ability it seemingly only uses for dramatic flourish. Additionally, it possesses minor infohazardous properties. When referred to in text, her reference will always appear in a stylistic and dramatic font, and speakers invariably use a dramatic whisper when referring to SCP-4494 verbally. Should SCP-4494 be prevented from successfully aiding the group that triggered its demanifestation, the entire concept of attempting to prevent illegal activity begins to break down. This occurs in an ever-expanding area around SCP-4494, the size of which increases at a rate of approximately 100 kilometers per hour. People within this area no longer conceptualize the belief that crime is something which should be stopped, leading to the immediate cessation of all civilian, local, and government law enforcement activity by affected people. To date, the only method of reversing this effect is to allow SCP-4494 to successfully aid law enforcement in preventing a crime in progress. Thus, it is believed that should the effect of impeding SCP-4494 become global, it would become irreversible. It should be noted that while SCP-4494 appears to consider the Foundation a law enforcement organization, law enforcement is not the mandate of the Foundation, and as such, Foundation personnel in the field are rarely significantly impacted by this effect. SCP-4494 Failure Timeline. The following table contains observed results of SCP-4494 failure within a single city. At 2 minutes, law enforcement activities cease. At 5 minutes, local police forces all functionally disband, unable to comprehend the nature of their job. At 10 minutes, violent incidents and traffic accidents skyrocket as the local populace no longer possesses any conception of consequence for illegal activity. At 30 minutes, criminal elements become exceedingly active. No one in the city can conceive of the idea that they should be stopped. At an hour and 20 minutes, full-scale looting begins. At 2 hours, local media begins musing on the events, unable to conceptualize what has changed that has led to the current situation. SCP-4494 failure has not been allowed to continue beyond this point to date. Addendum. The following is a transcript of a typical SCP-4494 encounter by Foundation personnel. To date, 7 such encounters have occurred outside of the initial attempts at containment. One moment while I drink some water. Event transcript. Notes. MTF Sigma-12, Mary's Little Lambs, was engaged in a raid on a facility believed to be manufacturing and distributing an anomalous narcotic known as warp. They were pinned down when the occupants of the facility unexpectedly began using anomalous weaponry. Team consists of 5 members. Jeez, I am having a hard time right now. Why is it so hard for me to breathe normally? I'll start reading the transcript in a second. Feels like there's something blocking my throat. Heck. Okay, anyway. Transcript begins. Shit. The res is down. Take cover. A beam of white energy silently dematerializes a section of the crate Holtz is hiding behind. Where the hell did they get those things? We're meant to be dealing with low-level drug runners here. Who cares? Just take them out. Allard peeks around the vehicle being used for cover and fires a number of shots. Audio recorders pick up a cry of pain, suggesting a hit. 2 white beams of energy strike the area, dematerializing Allard in the vehicle. Allard is down. We need to fall. A white beam of energy hits Cranston, dematerializing her. A thick fog begins to coalesce on the ground and begins quickly filling the facility. Shit! Samper, we need to retreat. We're 3 down and they've deployed some kind of gas Welcome in, Mr. Gas. Welcome in, Mr. Knight. I don't know why I was about to say Mr. Gas Knight. I was getting a little mixed up with what I'm reading. Sorry about that. Yeah. I don't do it just as straight, I just read it directly and just continuously do it. I take little breaks in the middle to talk to chatters and have fun. But anyway, we're gonna keep going with this. And we were here, so we go to here. Criminals! Evildoers! Samper's helmet camera catches a flash of movement as something appears to drop from the ceiling rafters to the ground with a thud. Denizens of the night, your time has come, for now you face! The sound of impacts followed by muffled cries of pain can be heard in the distance. The Spectre! I love that. What the hell is that? Take it out! Take it! Jeez. What the hell is this now? Who's this Spectre guy? Wait, what the fuck? Shit, we've got a secondary anomaly on the scene. Wait, I think I've been briefed on this thing. It's... Fear not, agents of justice! Age is at hand! I'm sorry, I find this too funny to not laugh. This is a fun anomaly. I like this. The fog rapidly dissipates. A black figure can be seen in the distance, engaging 3 hostiles in hand-to-hand combat. Whatever, seems like it's on our side. Let's get the job done. A brief firefight ensues. The surviving members of MTF Sigma-12 have been able to successfully lose the distraction caused by SCP-4494 to... Your favorite SCP is 2639. I've never read that one. Maybe I'll check it out later. Repeated sounds of impacts followed by cries of pain, along with a number of gunshots from mundane firearms, are detected from the direction of SCP-4494. After approximately 40 seconds, all hostiles are neutralized. Justice. Justice is served. The streets will no longer be plagued by these devils and their foul poisons. Hey, we're gonna need you to come. Thank you. We, couldn't have done this without you. Hmm? Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Someone's gotta help deal with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you aren't here, doing your thing, what do? Oh, watch TV, browse the internet, sometimes play some video games. Video games? Aren't you like the embodiment of justice or something? Yeah. And has the embodiment of justice, let me tell you, that new Spider-Man game? Good stuff. You played it? Wait, I didn't know this. I didn't know he just played video games in his spare time. What? Okay, I guess this is the benefit of just like going back and reading the silly. I guess this is the benefit of just going back and actually reading the original article instead of just hearing the retellings. That's fun. Oh, I think our first ad might be playing. Sorry about that, everybody. Let me see. Is it? Just real quick, I'm gonna check. Do we have an ad going right now? Oh, no. We just finished our ad, actually. That's good. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it. Sorry for the distraction again. No, we don't really have much time for video games. That's a shame. Justice loves video games, you hear? I see. Well, thanks for your help, I guess. Worry not! Wherever darkness crawls, wherever injustice seeks to prevail, those who serve good will always have an ally in the Spectre! I love that. SCP-4494 spins, its coat billowing dramatically and obscuring the cameras of both Holtz and Samper. When the visual returns, SCP-4494 is gone. The transcript ends. Footnotes. Archon-class anomalies are anomalies that should not be contained due to the damage that would be caused by doing so. The content of these conversations has typically been noted as jarring and surprising. This man is my favorite SCP. I love him. But this is my first time having ever read his original article instead of just hearing the story retold. So, kind of fun. I am not an official part of the wiki, unfortunately. Partly just due to the fact that I just don't really think I would have that much fun writing SCPs. Largely due to the restrictive formatting and how high the quality standards are. I would honestly just be doing it for fun, so just the fact that it can be smited down just because people didn't like it is not great. Like, I get a story not doing well if people don't like it, but, like, I don't think I would enjoy writing SCPs. I enjoy reading them, but I don't think I would enjoy writing them. With that being said, let's look through some top-rated SCPs. Okay. Now, I don't actually have any other SCPs lined up to read. So, okay, I would very much love to be able to actually see a description of what these are. Like what the name is for them. But let's there's a -J. Those are fun. SCP-563-J. Let's check it out. Oh boy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stop myself from laughing all the way through this one, guys. I really don't. Uh Item: SCP-563-J. Object Class: Keter. The horse is here. Special Containment Procedures. All attempts to contain SCP-563-J have been unsuccessful. SCP-563-J manifests worldwide with no discernible pattern and cannot be intercepted. Individuals presenting SCP-563-J manifestations are advised to follow the Peter Hostile Entity Protocol. Hello there, new guy. I don't know how to really pronounce that because it's just a jumble of characters. But hey, welcome in. Good to have you. Evacuate indoors until... Ah, Cross. Alright. Well, welcome in, Cross. Peter, the horse is here. I'm pretty good. I'm just having a good time doing some reading. Testify and inform the Foundation of SCP-563-J's presence. Remain calm and alert, regardless of any feelings induced by SCP-563-J. Yep. I am a yandere mad scientist, so I figured it would be fitting. SCP-563-J is an entity that resembles a horse, which manifests within the vicinity of any lesbian-presenting couple. Couples who have witnessed SCP-563-J report a feeling of uneasiness and anxiety caused by the presence of the entity. When asked about the reason for these feelings, the witnesses are unable to give direct or tangible answers. Oh my god. I have never heard of SCP-3812 before, no. I'm honestly just going through reading random stories until someone has used channel points for the recommendation. It's actually a new thing that I added. You can find it right here. Choose the next story. It's 1,000 channel points to add yours to the queue. And that's like guaranteed I'll read it. You can suggest them, but there's no guarantee that I'll actually read them unless you use channel points. There are my favorite is absolutely SCP-4494, as I already discussed earlier. He's amazing. Oh, well, hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Gonna save up points and just has chill? Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that. I hope you enjoy chilling. I'm gonna just keep on going and seeing what we see next. SCP-563-J typically demanifests after 15 to 30 minutes since appearing or upon the target leaving its vicinity. In one case, however, it has been reported to watch for up to 18 hours. That is insane. Addendum 563-J.1 Anecdotal Reports. MTF Tau 5 is cool. I'm gonna be honest, I'm mostly familiar with the older series, like Series 1. But I do want to get into more of the more recent SCPs, which is part of why I'm doing this. Interviewed. Senior Researcher Pauline Keene. 1 second, we were walking in the park. Next thing you know, there's this horse watching us. Becky noticed it first, and I wondered what suddenly got into her. But then I saw it too. I immediately grabbed her hand and started walking away as fast as possible. There's something wrong with it, I'm telling you. It just watched, but I swear it had malicious intentions. Until that thing is contained, Becky and I aren't going on dates outdoors anymore. Agent Maria Joseph interviewed Agent Maria Josephina Pangilinan. That is a name. That is a name. That is a name right there. I'm still on edge. Doesn't even do anything. I try to keep a good work-life balance, right? But every time I try to go somewhere with my date, it's there. I should not have to scope out venues and look over my shoulder every 5 seconds while I try to put on a brave face so I don't embarrass myself in front of her. I should really just toughen up. It's just a horse. Interviewed Dr. Lillian Lillehammer. You know what I think? I think it's mimetic. Just to clarify, have you seen SCP-563-J, Dr. Lillehammer? No, I'm telling you guys what's up, because you clearly need my help cracking this. Do you think you'll ever see SCP-563-J? Do you think you'll get scared as well? Yeah, as if I'd ever let my guard down while out with a date. As soon as that horse appears, I'm running a mimetic analysis faster than it can say nay. Interviewed Dr. Rebecca Foley. Pauline, please let it go. We haven't had a date in 3 months. Oh boy. Wait, wasn't Pauline... Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh boy. Interviewed Dr. Elaine Foster. That wasn't a horse. I don't think horses can be evil. I always loved horses. Back when I was a little girl, the interviewer reminds Foster to get back on topic and asks about her relationship with Nadine Porter, who she was with when she saw SCP-563-J. Oh, right. I didn't even know we were on a date. You know what? That sounds about right. That sounds about right, yeah. Oh, I hate the fact that I relate to that. Interviewed Agent Maria Josephina Penglinon. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Oh, it's the same person. Okay. We were hiking, then the thing showed up right before our eyes. Anna told me to take a picture of it for proof, but I was too put off by its immensely evil aura, so I had to make her do it. I'm a literal field agent. This shouldn't be so hard for me. It's just a horse. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, content expunged there. I saw it when I was getting groceries with my husband. She's my wife now. Huh. Interesting. Notice from the Foundation Records and Information Security Administration. Due to increasing frequency of SCP-563-J sightings, Foundation personnel with security clearance of level 2 and above are permitted to directly add statements to this file. Automated message from Raisa. Senior Researcher Pauline Keene. Remember how we thought HUD SCP-563-J only manifests outdoors? I took Becky to the mall today, and you'll never guess who showed up in the middle of the department store. Dr. Serial Keene. Nobody's asking the real questions. Why would a horse target lesbians specifically? What does it even have to gain? How does it find them? How does it know that they're lesbian? What if the horse is a lesbian too? Food for thought. Isn't Hint Pauline transmask? That's just a straight couple with extra steps. Okay, whoever you are, pick up a history book. Transmasculine lesbians and butches have always been here. How about you pick up your date without getting interrupted? Oh wait, you can't. God, I am so sick and tired of toxic people speaking over lesbians. SCP-563-J has historically only manifested in the presence of lesbians, and that's not going to change anytime soon. Dr. Heather Garrison. Nope, not mimetic. And she was too distracted when it showed up. I beat her to it. Maybe it's a semiohazard that targets people who identify or will identify as lesbians? So it only targets people who identify as lesbians. That doesn't mean they're actually lesbian. Hey Lee, here's my skip net. Do me a favor and block it. But isn't Becky bi? Several interviews expunged for irrelevancy. Yep, makes sense. For the sake of productivity, I suggest we stop adding statements that are relevant to SCP-563-J sightings. I wish I was SCP-563-J. I love watching lesbians. I thought a vacation would help. It followed us to Paris. Something's gotta give. Addendum 563-J.2 Neutralization. On date, SCP-563-J manifested it in the Memetics and Countermemetics office in Site 43, in the presence of Dr. Lillian Lillehammer and Dr. Heather Garrison, who were left alone working overtime. The two simultaneously declared dibs before Lillehammer made an animemetic gesture, and Garrison hit SCP-563 with a counter meme, ejecting it from the noosphere. SCP-563-J demanifested then, and no new incidents have been reported. Dr. Pauline and I went to the farmer's market today. I'm proposing to her on Tuesday. And moving on. Data expunged on this one. Just data expunged there. Further developments. Dr. Felix Emeritus, I cannot figure out how to pronounce that, and Dr. Augustus Rhodes reported spotting a horse matching the description of SCP-563-J during their honeymoon in Denmark. Further investigation is ongoing. Footnotes. Horse. The Department of Nomenclature is still uncertain how to refer her to the specific group of people SCP-563-J appears to. See Addendum 563-K.1. Upon being asked to elaborate, Kean replied, "You'd get it if you were there." Dr. Lillehammer's girlfriend. This proposal has been declined, as outsider input is considered a valuable part of the research effort, such as this one. They have been dating for 4 months. Why is this? Why? This just feels like the freaking researchers. This is more just about the researchers arguing than about the anomaly. I guess that's what makes it -J. But anyway, back to top rated. Now, I do actually need to take a short moment away from my computer. I will be right back. Sorry. I forgot the music. It's playing now. Enjoy. Alright. And we are back. Let's see what else we can find to read about. Let's look at the #1 rated SCP right now. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot going on. Oh, right. This is using the newer classification system. I am not familiar. But let's go ahead and get into it. SCP-9626, Level 2 Restricted. Containment Class, Euclid. Disruption Class, Vlam. Risk Class, Caution. I have absolutely no idea what these mean. I just know what Euclid means. Put it in the box and you're probably fine. Special Containment Procedures. As it remains disputed whether her 9626 is a human or a bat, staff must make no assumptions regarding the anomaly's identity to avoid the appearance of bias. SCP-9626 is to be housed in a standard non-humanoid, non-chirotoroid containment chamber. I have no idea how to read that. Until it has been conclusively determined whether SCP-9626 can be classified as a human or as a bat, extra care must be taken to avoid containment according to improper ethical standards. To this end, neither the United Foundation Policy of Human Rights nor the General Foundation Animal Welfare Protocols are to be applied. Oh boy. SCP-9626 is former junior researcher Jason Arroyo, who is alleged to be a bat. Discovery and investigation. Initial discovery. On the 2nd of November 2022, researcher Arroyo became the subject of internal human resources investigation following an anonymous report by his supervisor, senior researcher Anders Waller, who suspected researcher Arroyo to be Philippine naked-backed fruit bat? What? Wait, how would you not know if someone was a bat if they were working for you? What? What is happening? Is this a -J? No, it's not. It's just a regular SCP. What? What is this? A preliminary investigation on the 25th of November 2022 determined this to be unlikely, as researcher Arroyo was at the time a Foundation employee of 3 years, possessing multiple postgraduate degrees, and bats are unlikely to pursue secondary education or find gainful employment. What? What? Okay. A review of researcher Arroyo's history as a Foundation employee revealed no notable incidents. Researcher Arroyo appears in no prior human resources reports, with the exception of a complaint filed against senior researcher Anders Waller on the 31st of October 2022 for inappropriate remarks. Although the accusations against researcher Arroyo were initially dismissed, they were later escalated by researcher Waller to senior human resources manager Liam Hurst, citing researcher Arroyo's high-pitched voice, large ears, and preference for working at night as evidence. Okay, rude. Investigation. Hidden notes. Following escalation to Mr. Hurst, an investigation was opened to determine whether the Human Resources Department had jurisdiction over non-human employees. Standard inquiries resumed on the 1st of March 2023, as the issue of jurisdiction was settled following a review by the Department of Semetics. On the 12th of March 2023, Mr. Hurst concluded that an ordinary human employee's identity would not require a 3-month-long investigation. Researcher Arroyo was most likely a bat. When questioned as to how a bat came to be employed at the Foundation to begin with, Mr. Hurst explained, It turns out that 20% of all mammals are bats, and 100% of all Foundation employees are mammals. So mathematically speaking, it's not that far-fetched. Although Foundation zoologists have confirmed that approximately 20% of all mammalian species on Earth are bats, this statement has not been reviewed by the Department of Mathematics. This is so stupid. What is happening? I'm seeing why this is the top-rated post. Preliminary interviews, as researcher Arroyo, being an alleged bat, was determined to be unfit for his role as junior researcher. Proceedings were initiated to remove him from the position. On the 23rd of March 2023, Mr. Hurst filed a standard request for termination of researcher Arroyo. Although the request for termination received preliminary approval, later objections were raised by Ethics Committee representatives based on concerns that, as a Philippine naked-backed fruit bat, researcher Arroyo was a member of an endangered species and was entitled to special protections under international conservation laws. When asked for comment, Mr. Hurst withdrew the request for termination and filed instead a standard request for termination of employment. What is happening? Oh my god. What is happening? Exit interview 9626.01. Junior researcher Jason Arroyo, SCP-9626. Senior human interviewer, Senior Human Resources Manager Liam Hurst. Time of interview, 4th of April, 2023 at 10:20. Mr. Hurst, thank you for joining me this morning. This shouldn't take long. We just have some questions we need to go over before we can get started. Researcher Arroyo, is this about my complaint? Mr. Hurst looks at Researcher Arroyo quizzically. Your complaint? About Waller. Researcher Arroyo shifts in his seat. It's just, he's always making fun of my appearance, like my ears and my nose, and making fun of my voice. I don't think it's appropriate. Yes, no, I believe that was taken care of. How is it taken care of? That's more of an HR issue. Your HR? Mr. Hurst pauses. Yes, exactly. So, Mr. Hurst shuffles through the papers on his desk, not making eye contact with researcher Arroyo. How long would you say you've been a bat? A bat? A winged mammal of the genus Chiroptera. I know what a bat is. Ah, excellent. Mr. Hurst smiles. A moment passes. So, would you say you've always been one? I'm not a bat! Mr. Hurst frowns and looks at his papers. I'm a man! Yes, see, it's just, you do look a bit like a bat. I don't feel like a bat! Mr. Hurst leans forward. What would being a bat feel like? I wouldn't know! Then how can you be sure? Can I go back to work? Mr. Hurst shuffles through his papers again. It does say here that you're a bat. Who does? We've received several anonymous reports. From who? Waller? I mean, they're obviously false, right? Mr. Hurst shuffles through the papers on his desk. No, they're definitely real. I'm looking at them right now. I mean, they must have been made in bad faith. This is a place of science. Faith has nothing to do with it. Researcher Arroyo opens his mouth to speak, but then stops. I'd like to make it clear. We have nothing against bats. It's just, if you're a bat, I can't exactly have you working directly with the other team members. It's a safety concern. There's no cure for rabies. I don't have rabies. Lots of bats have rabies. But I'm a man! Men can get rabies too. I can take a rabies test. We can't legally ask you to disclose that information. Even if I volunteer it, it's an HR issue. Your HR! That's what makes this so difficult. Mr. Hurst smiles sympathetically as he leans back in his chair. Is there anything I can do to convince you to change your mind? Here's the thing. I'm afraid it's already out of my hands. A decision has already been made. And who made that decision? After a long moment, Mr. Hurst sits up straight. The most important thing to us is that you feel heard right now. We want you to feel heard. I don't think I'm being heard at all. But do you feel heard? No! Mr. Hurst frowns. That's odd. Is there anything we can do to make you feel heard? You could listen to me! Other than that, you could let me go back to work. I'm not sure you're appreciating the nuance of the situation. Can you explain it to me? If I could explain it that easy, it wouldn't be nuanced, would it? You can try! I think it would just result in a lot of frustration on both sides. Researcher Arroyo looks around the room. Can I go home? I told you it's a safety concern. I thought going back to work was a safety concern. Exactly. So if I just go home, I'm afraid it's not that simple. We can't just let you loose in public. Researcher Arroyo lets out a firm, heavy sigh. Bats fly around loose in public all the time. But you said you're a man. Men can go out in public too. Not men who are alleged to be bats. Make up your mind! Is the problem that I'm too much of a bat, or that I'm not enough of a bat? The problem right now is that you're being needlessly hostile. Because this makes no sense! I can't stay here because I'm a man who's a bat. I can't leave because I'm a bat who's a man. I can't stay, I can't go, and whatever I say won't make a damn lick of difference. Yes, exactly. Thank you for understanding. That makes it a lot easier. A long moment passes as Researcher Arroyo shuts his eyes tightly. So, containment. Precise. Okay, just listen. Listen to me very closely. Please, what if I agree? Agree? With the HR group. I'm not sure. It's never happened before. Then there's no dispute, right? I'd just be a bat, an ordinary bat. What are you saying? That there's nothing wrong with being an ordinary bat, right? You said it yourself. You have nothing against bats. True. So then, I admit, you're right. I am a bat. Yes, of course. Like you said, the Foundation doesn't contain bats just for being bats. Mr. Hurst frowns, staring down at his papers for a long moment. So I can go, right? Right? Mr. Hurst, after a moment, Mr. Hurst looks up and smiles. Ha! You almost got me. Mr. Hurst stamps Researcher Arroyo's termination paperwork, then speaks into an intercom on his desk. You can collect Mr. Arroyo when ready. Our meeting is done. No, listen to me! Mr. Hurst laughs to himself. You almost had me there, really? Two security officers enter the room. Listen, I'm a bat! I'm a bat! You forgot about one thing. The security officers take hold the Researcher Arroyo as Mr. Hurst folds his hands behind his head, smiles, and leans back in his chair. Bats can't talk. End log. What? What? Okay, wait a minute. Image of a bat provided for heaven. What was that? What's happening? What? That was the most ridiculous thing I've read today. That was insanity. Okay. Back to the top rated page. What in the world? Oh boy. I don't even get that. Like, that was the weirdest thing to ever be a thing on the site. At least to my understanding. Like, what in the world? Like, what? Actually, though, that was so stupid. So that just begs the question. Is that guy a person who they for some reason think is a bat and they're throwing him in a containment cell for it? Or is he a bat that can talk, which means he's actually anomalous? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What the hell? Okay. SCP-5500. Let's take a look. SCP-5500. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. As the conditions required to perceive SCP-5500 typically result in death from non-anomalous causes, containment is not required. Okay, interesting. SCP-5500 is a melody of unknown origin, which is heard when exposed to a vacuum. Initially suspected to be an auditory hallucination upon imminent death, further testing revealed that the melody remains consistent between witnesses. SCP-5500 is undetectable using sensory equipment. Research on SCP-5500 was conducted by Site-04 staff and Foundation musicologist Michael Newhill. Site-04 Research and Development constructed a headset designed to safely expose the ears to a vacuum state while scanning brain activity to determine whether an SCP-5500 was being heard. The test was conducted multiple times, through which SCP-500 was able to be identified. Newhill was able to reconstruct portions of the melody from memory. One such reconstruction is included below. Okay, I'm actually kind of curious about this. So let's stop our music and let's listen to this for a second. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's kind of creepy, though. What the hell? Like, that just gives me an unsettling vibe. Let's get back to our music. Addendum 5500.0.1. During the fourth test with SCP-5500, Newhill interfered with the procedure atypically and logged the incident as below. Test at 00, test begins. At 15 minutes, decompression begins. At 12 hours, 43 minutes, vacuum state is reached. SCP-5500 begins. At 12 hours, 49 minutes, Newhill says hello. At 12 hours, 51 minutes, SCP-5500 ceases abruptly. During subsequent tests, Newhill has been unable to hear SCP-5500. What? What do you mean? What? Okay. Sentient music that only plays in a vacuum. Okay. That's fine, I guess. What? What? I don't know how to feel about this. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, that's a really cool anomaly. Very short, but cool as hell. Like, wow. Massive respect to this author. I think this might be one of my favorites. Jeez. This is so stupid. Back to the top rated. I'm having fun. Like, this is cool, just reading through top rated SCPs. I'm kind of sad no one else has, like, made a suggestion yet, but, you know, oh well. Also, I meant to have a Word document open while I did this, just so that like I could keep track of what I'm going to be reading next. So, if you guys would just give me a brief moment to pull up Word, that would be amazing. Oh, I don't have Word. Apparently. I didn't know that cost money. That's kind of stupid. There's literally just a Word document that costs money for some stupid reason. What can I type this into then? Oh, maybe like Paint. Probably Paint. Because I know that's got like a text option. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll be using this for future reference. Okay. Let's go over back to what we were doing. Let's see what SCP-4326 is like. I feel like I've heard this designation before, but I'm not sure. Whoa! Site 666 under Vegas. What in the world? Oh, this is interesting. It's level 5, so top secret. That's interesting. SCP-4326, Containment Class, Safe. Disruption Class, Eki, whatever that means, and Risk Class, Notice. Special Containment Procedures. Due to its location, SCP-4326 cannot be closed or displaced. Instead, a facade resembling the anomaly has been built around it, allowing for it to be used as a wedding venue without activating its effects. What? Oh. All testing requests must be directed to Dr. Isidore Dubois at Site 666. Experimentation with SCP-4326 may not be performed without direct approval from a member of the O5 Council? What do you mean? Why? What the hell is this thing? Description. SCP-4326 is a private wedding chapel inside the Wynn, a luxury resort and casino on the Las Vegas Strip. A stained glass interior window depicting a traditional fourth circle marriage ritual, SCP-4326-A, is set directly behind its altar. In the event that a wedding ceremony is performed within the anomaly's boundaries, SCP-4326-A will glow, indicating a bureaucratohazardous effect has made the associated marriage legally binding. Weird. SCP-4326 does not appear to be limited by lawfulness, being able to facilitate same-sex marriage, polyamorous marriage, human-demon marriage, and marriage to inanimate or conceptual objects? What? Okay, that's interesting. I kind of like that. SCP-4326-1 Incident Log. On February 15th, 1995, Director House attempted a thaumaturgic ritual within SCP-4326 to reverse its effects, intending to immediately complete his pending divorce with Redacted and avoid being assigned alimony. Though the ritual failed, Dr. Dubois later uncovered evidence of Director House's actions. In exchange for not being reported to the Ethics Committee, Director House allowed Dr. Dubois to use SCP-4326 to marry his long-term, her romantic partner, Agent Wes Knox. Interesting. Dr. Dubois and Agent Knox's wedding occurred on March 3rd, 1995. At an indeterminate point beforehand, the officiant's Bible was swapped with a Foundation handbook, Possibly as a joke, as the only attendees were other Site-666 staff members, the officiant claims that she did not notice the switch until after her SCP-4326-A's activation. Dr. Dubois, Agent Knox, and the SCP Foundation are currently undergoing divorce proceedings. What did you do? Oh no! Oh, that's glorious. That's actually glorious. I love that. It's so funny. That's such a cool thing. But I really don't see why this would be level 5. Oh. Because the Foundation is embarrassed that such an idiotic thing was allowed to happen, maybe? That's probably it. Alright, let's go back to top rated. This is fun. Okay. Ooh, something's up with me here. I'm having a hard time concentrating. This is fun, but like, I feel like I'm not doing that great of a job. And I'm having a hard time actually focusing on what I'm doing, which isn't great. But anyway, Nico and Quirius proposal. What in the world? How long is this? Oh, this is like multi-part. Look, as cool as that is, and as much as I like 001 proposals and stuff, I think we're skipping this one just because of how long it is, and it would take the rest of the stream to get through. SCP-8534. Let's take a look at this. Weird. Item. SCP-8534. Object class concluded. Never seen that before. Special containment procedures. All surviving documentation of SCP-8534 is currently under Foundation custody. Attempts at recreating SCP-8534 are underway. Description. SCP-8534 was the football match played on 14/09/1978 between amateur clubs Eastbridge Athletic and Harrow Vale Hill FC at the now demolished Eastbridge Municipal Stadium. The final score was 16.4 to 3. This score was accepted by all the players, coaching staff, and every single spectator. All attendants displayed confusion regarding why the interviewer was concerned and considered the score unusual. Further investigation shows no influence of a mimetic or info-hazardous anomaly. SCP-8534 did, without a doubt, occur. Football games are recorded using whole numbers, thus making a .4 completely impossible. While recordings of the match do exist, no member of the research team is able to pinpoint the exact moment that the .4 was scored, only that before the end of the game it was successfully achieved. Interesting. In order to understand SCP-8534, the Foundation assembled a panel consisting of 102 mathematicians, referees, former professional players, and researchers from 28 separate departments working for the Foundation. Their conclusions are reproduced below. Was it a game of football? All played on the specified date. Answer: yes, confidence with 100%. Was there any anomalous interference? No, 100% confidence. Was the score 16.4 to 3? Yes, 100% confidence. How many points did Eastbridge score? 16.4, 100% confidence. Can football scores contain decimals? No, 100% confidence. Could the score have been miscounted? No, 100% confidence. Were any members of either team anomalous? No, with 100% confidence. Can SCP-8534 be replicated? Yes, with a 15% confidence. The panel disbanded shortly after the final question due to unruly behavior. Interesting. Very interesting. Like, what? How do you score a 0.4? Like, huh. Something weird happened there. And yet everyone was just okay with it. Like, everyone's fine with this. This is what happened. Okay, here we go. SCP-9706. Item number, SCP-9706. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. Item is to be monitored bi-weekly by personnel with extrasensory perception, as the item is immobile and its anomalous effects are entirely telepathic in nature. It poses no threat to the Veil of Normancy. Transcriptions of communications are available to personnel with level 3 clearance. SCP-9706 refers to 2 defunct railroad crossing signs, SCP-9706-1 and SCP-9706-2, located in rural Niedersachsen, Germany. I have no idea how to pronounce that. The signs are sentient, capable of telepathic communication, while psychically sensitive individuals are able to receive this exchange. The anomalies are unable to perceive any communication outside of their own. The gates of both signals are locked in a closed position and are pointing in the same direction, presumably through an automation error. They were first discovered in 1953 when a member of the Imperial German Anomalous Matters Examination Society, IGAMIA, investigated the area. Containment and observation of the anomalies continued as IGAMIA was absorbed into the SCP Foundation. Interesting. Like, yeah, so they just kind of became a part of it. Various transcriptions of telepathic exchanges between the anomalies. Don't you think it's strange? What? They're both facing the same direction. What's so strange about that? Well, we're supposed to be facing opposite directions. That way, the smaller metal things will stop moving so they don't get hit by the big metal thing. But I haven't seen the small metal things or the big metal thing in a very long time. Those huge trees you see over there were just little saplings the last time I did. I'm pretty sure we have nothing to worry about. But what if one of those metal things does come by? Don't worry, I'll stop it all by myself. You can just stay there and relax. So I'm useless then. Of course not, don't be silly. You're the most useful thing I know of. How so? Well, who else is around for me to talk to? And number 2. You know, I've been thinking. Why do you think we both point in the same direction? I've been thinking too. Do we have names? Oh, that is a good question. I've known you for a long time, but I've never known what to call you. I just look over and see you there. I never assumed I needed a name. I think that having one would be pleasant. Yes, but how do we go about getting one? Well, let's make up names for each other. You have a remarkable red and white stripes along your gait, so I'm gonna call you Streifen. Do you not like it? No, I'm just not good at making up names. Or anything else, really. All I'm good at is pointing in the same direction as you. Why not do what I did? Find a characteristic about me that you like. You like my stripes? I do, they're your best feature. At night, when it's dark and quiet and I think I'm all alone, sometimes I look over and see a little red light blinking. It puts me at ease, so I guess that you're blinking now. I like that. Blinking and you're strafing. Hello, Blinkin. Hello, strafing. Blinkin? Yes? Why do you think we both point in the same direction? I don't know. I never concerned myself with it before. Blinkin, do you think I'm strange? No, why do you say that? Because I'm pointing in the same direction as you. So, you've been that way for as long as I can remember. But you're there at the crossing between the road and the rail. If a metal thing came our way, you'd be able to stop one. I'd just look silly standing here. Well, maybe you would. But you're the only other one I've ever known. Who's to say that anyone else would be silly or strange if they pointed in the opposite direction? Surely, at some point, I must have been pointing the right direction. Then an accident happened, and now I'm like this. Or maybe one of those Swabenig maliciously moved me like this, and now I'm stuck this way. I have no idea what that means. Possibly. I honestly don't know. You were the first thing I ever saw, and when I saw you, you looked like that. As far as I'm concerned, this is normal. You really think I'm normal? What else could you be? Sometimes I think I'm meant to point in the opposite direction, like I was made to be something else, and I ended up like this instead. As an accident, or out of malice. I don't think either of those are true, Strafen, and even if they are, this is who you are now. You know what I think? If you were to suddenly change, would you really be you anymore? I'm not sure what that means, Blinken. I need to think about it. Why is this wholesome? How many more of these are there? Oh my god, there's a lot. Yeah, like there's 3 more, it seems like. Okay. Blinken, if you could change yourself, something about yourself, what would it be? Well, that's easy. I'd shine a yellow light instead of a red one. Why is that? Because yellow is my favorite color. Red just looks strange to me. Yellow reminds me of that bright thing above us. Strafen, would you change the direction you're pointed in? I don't know. I thought about what you said earlier about me being me. Would you like me if I pointed in the opposite direction? If that was the only thing that changed, if you stayed exactly the same old Strafen I know, I probably wouldn't mind. If that's how you were originally, I think I could like it. But if you changed, even just that little bit of you, I don't really think that you would be Strafen anymore. Only Strafen points the same way that I do. Strafen, are you okay? I was just thinking about what I'd change about myself. I think I'd change my stripes. But then you'd really not be Strafen. No, silly, I'd make them look black and yellow. And then they'd be going up my body instead of across my gait. I think I'd look very fashionable. Besides, you think my red stripes look strange. No, I don't. I think my red light looks strange. Red is very fetching on you. Oh, what would you know about fashion? You're pointing in the wrong direction. They both laugh. Strafen, do you ever think it's strange that we're here, just here, and we never move or never see anyone like us? We're here to stop the small metal things from hitting the big metal thing. Do you want to know what I honestly think? I think only I was meant to do that. You mean I'm not even supposed to be here? That's not what I meant. Only I'm supposed to stop the metal things. You have a different purpose. What's that? You're here to keep me company. That's why I talk to you, and nothing else. And only Strafen can talk to me. Maybe it's because we're both pointed in the same direction. I think it's because we are what we are. And that's why we can understand each other. Nothing else can hear us or talk to us except ourselves. So we're special. Yes, exactly. That makes me very happy, Blinken. Only we can understand each other, I think. Strafen? No, I'm glad I am the way I am. I'd never be able to talk to you if I weren't. That's my purpose. Oh, Strafen, I'm so happy. What? Why is this so cute and wholesome? It's 2 gates talking to each other. What? Hey, Blinken, do you know what a carriage is? I think so. It's similar to one of those metal things I'm supposed to stop, only it's made out of wood. I remember seeing one of the Zwei Banding mentioning it. They said they wanted to have a carriage with someone. I'm not sure what they meant, but when they said that, the other Zwei Banding looked very happy. You something, hey, good. What else do you remember? They said that it was something with holes in it. I bet they'd be joined together. But they'd be joined together. That doesn't make sense. I know, but they were both very happy about it. The joining part in particular is what interested me. They said it means they'd always be together. Just like us? Yes. Blinken, do you think we could have a... They mean marriage. I don't have any holes in me, but the joining part certainly sounds wonderful. Yes, I'd love to have a carriage with you, Strafen, if you'll agree to watch over me so I don't get any holes. Of course, as long as you agree that we'll always be together. I'd like that, so now we have a carriage. It really doesn't feel any different from before, does it? I wouldn't say that. Can't explain it, but I feel a bit happier now. So do I. But then again, you've always made me happy. So I'm not sure what's so different. Blinken? Miss Strafen? You've always made me happy too. Wait. Was this just a romance story between 2 signs? Only SCP. Only SCP would do this. Only SCP. That's just fun. Alright. I think we're gonna go ahead and get ready to end. I'm sorry. I know it was a short stream. But honestly, this was mostly just to make up for the fact that I wasn't able to stream yesterday because of the power outage, and I'm pretty tired, I won't lie. The power outage yesterday, it made it hard for me to get stuff done, and I had to wait to get a lot of the things done I needed to get done that day, and as a result, I couldn't get to sleep when I wanted to. But, oh well. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch to new stream ending. Thank you all so much for being here. I had a lot of fun with this. If you guys want me to read more SCPs on stream, let me know. Like, I feel like I could have fun with that. If you guys have fun with it, that is. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and find somebody to raid, okay? And thank you to everyone who was here with me for it. I had a good time. Who are we raiding? Let's go ahead and raid into Phantom. Phantom is awesome. We love Phantom around here. She just best girl. And she never has enough people in her chat for how amazing of a streamer she is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and raid into Phantom. Hopefully they will have a good time. And we will have a good time hanging out with them. Again, I will say thank you to everyone who showed up. These streams aren't nearly as fun when I don't have anyone to talk to. So, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.